Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. I'm Datuk Sri Aiman as the CEO of Dash Lady. Today I'm glad to welcome all board members to the meeting. Let me introduce you our board members, Miss Aina, our accountant, and Miss Marsha and Miss Anis, our financial manager, and Miss Farisa as Maybank representative. Lastly, Miss Liana, our shareholder. As we all know, our agenda in this meeting is whether we can apply for loan to make an investment in our big project. So let's start our meeting with the company financial report. Miss Aina, can you explain further about our company financial report?
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Datuk Aiman. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aina Umera, the accountant for Dash Lady Industry Berhad. Okay, everyone. Now I will explain the statement of financial position for the company in 2020 and the comparison between 2020 and 2019. As you can see, the total non-current asset for the year 2020 have increased by 210,410 ringgit compared to 2018, which is 129,134 ringgit. The total current asset for the year 2020 have decreased by 288,435 ringgit compared to the year 2018, which is 314,460 ringgit. The total equity for Dash Lady Industry Berhad have increased by 498,845 ringgit in the year 2020 compared to the previous year, with total 443,594 ringgit. And the total non-current liabilities is higher in the year 2020 from 7,034 ringgit to 8,084 ringgit. The last one is current liabilities. In the year 2020, the total is 324,181 ringgit. For 2019, the total current liabilities is 292,043 ringgit. Now, we will go to the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for Dash Lady Industry Berhad. The gross profit in year 2020 is 357,077 ringgit. The profit before taxes is 97,511 ringgit and after taxes is 24,148 ringgit. The total comprehensive income for Dash Lady Industry Berhad decreased from 102,958 ringgit to 73,363 ringgit. That's all from me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Miss Aina, for your explanation. Miss Marsha and Miss Anis, how about our company ratio analysis?
Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Miss Marsha as a Financial Manager 1 for Dash Lady Milk Industries Berhad Company. Today, I will be explaining about financial analysis for this company for the year 2019-2020. First of all, I will explain about the liquidity ratio for this company. As we can see from the slide, the current ratio for 2019 is 1.08 times, while 2020 is 0.85 times. It shows that the current ratio for 2020 is worse than 2019 because has a smaller ability to pay off its current obligations. Furthermore, the quick ratio for 2019 is 0.61 times, while 2020 is 0.42 times. It shows that the quick ratio for 2020 is worse than 2019 because has a smaller ability to pay off its current obligation with the most liquid assets. Moreover, the net working capital for 2019 is 22417, while for 2020 is negative 35746. It shows that the net working capital for 2020 is worse than 2019 because has a smaller potential to invest and grow and has trouble to grow or pay bank creditors. Next, I will be explaining about the activity ratio for this company. As we can see, the inventory turnover for 2019 is 4.90 times, while for 2020 is 4.92 times. It shows that the inventory turnover for 2020 is better than 2019 because has a high inventory turnover and can signal better sales or tighter management control. Next, the average collection period for 2019 is 38 days, while for 2020 is 27 days. It shows that the average collection period for 2020 is better than 2019 because has a short time taken to collect its debt from creditors. Furthermore, the fixed asset turnover for 2019 is 8.26 times, while for 2020 is 5.23 times. Fixed asset turnover for 2020 is worse than 2019 because has smaller in generating sales from the available fixed assets. Moreover, the total asset turnover for 2019 is 2.40 times, while for 2020 is 2.21 times. It shows that the total asset turnover for 2020 is worse than 2019 because has less effective total assets to generate sales. That's all from me. The other financial analysis will be continued by Miss Anis.
Assalamualaikum to everyone that attend this meeting. I'm Miss Anis as Financial Manager 2 for Darshadi Industry Berhad, and I will continue doing explanation about financial analysis for this company. I'm going to begin with debt ratio. Based on the slide present, it shows debt ratio for the year 2019 to 2020 is getting better, which bring meaning that company has a greater amount of debt to finance assets. Next, we move to long-term debt ratio. For the year 2019 to 2020, it show better result, which indicates company has a large amount of long-term debt to finance assets. Then let's see the debt to equity ratio. Company is doing better for the year 2020 compared to 2019, meaning that company has a greater amount of debt. Furthermore, time interest earned for the year 2019 is 38.22 times, while for the year 2020 is 31.73 times, which show company is getting worse because has a smaller ability and facing difficulty to pay its interest obligation. Move on to the profitability ratios. I will start with net profit margin. As can see, net profit margin for the year 2019 to 2020 show decreasing from 9.65% to 6.67%, meaning that company has a smaller ability to obtain profit from the given level of sales. Next, continue with return on asset. Company is getting worse from the year 2019 to 2020 because company has a lower ability to obtain profit from equity. Move on to the gross profit margin. Gross profit margin for the year 2019 to 2020 is 37.948 and 32.44%, which is getting worse because company has a lower ratio indicating lower contribution margin. The last one, it will be operating margin for company as worse as it decreased from 13.24% to 9.15% because a lower ratio indicates lower productivity. That's all from me and Ms. Masha for the financial analysis for the company. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Anis and Miss Marsha, for the explanation. So, what do you think, Miss Farisa? Do we still need to apply the loan?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nofarisa Alia binti Zaman, which is the local bank representative from my bank. Basically, based on the performance of Dashlady Industries Berhad for years 2000 and 2020, I can easily spot that their company is dealing a high percentage of debt. As you can see in leverage ratio, explained by financial manager just now, the company debt ratio in 2020 is 66.61%, which is lower than the company debt ratio in 2019, which is 67.44%. Dashlady Industries Berhad for 2020 has a greater amount of debt to finance asset. Even the percentage of debt is lower than the previous year, but it's still quite high and risky that can affect the company. This is because to have a stable financial background, company should have lower rate of debt ratio. The lower rate of debt ratio would be better for the company. Moving on to the time interest earned, it shows a negative change in 2020. From here, we can see that time interest earned for Dash Lady Meat Industries Berhad for the year 2020 is worse than 2019. On 2020, time interest earned ratio is 31.70 times, 73 times, while on 2019 is 38.22, which is 2019 better than 2020 and has a lower financial risk to pay for their interest. So, from my point of view, I don't really suggest that Dash Lady to apply a loan since the current debt ratio is still high. But if the company still want to have a loan, Dash Lady Meat Berhad must lower the rate of debt or dare to bear the financial risk of the company itself.
Thank you, Miss Farisa, for the explanation. And how about your opinion, Miss Liana?
Thank you everyone for the detailed explanation. My name is Noliana binti Muhammad Hilmi. I am shareholder on this company. Consider the statement of financial position of board that has been presented. For me, I noticed that there is an increase in comprehensive profit compared to the previous year. So, I think it's quite impressive according to your financial statement. The thing that I want to focus is on the leverage ratio. I noticed that most of the ratio are more stimulating, and I think it's pretty concerning. To be involved in such project costs a lot to the company. I had thought whether our company could accommodate with such high rates. So what can you guarantee to maximize the return? Alright, is that so? I'm looking forward to good news from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Liana, for the explanation. So, based on the clarification and data that has been provided by all of you, I conclude that we should not apply for the loan because it is risky to our company. And thank you everyone for joining this meeting and for your great cooperation. Have a great day and stay safe. Meeting dismissed. You can leave the call.